Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about fun, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, of course tell some friends. Make sure you give me that thumbs up Arthur Fonzarelli like, so I say yay. And of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, in this video, you know what we're always about in the BCC, talking about fun. Because, you know, I can help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis. Help you naturally raise your HGH, your testosterone. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor here to expand your mind and increase your size. The Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective is alive. Let's do this. So, right here, talking about fun. Different intro, going with my Wu-Wei flow and starting it off today, you know, from waking up. And might as well go ahead and get this in like I always like to say before my feet hit the ground. You know the sound. Let's take this breath with me. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful because gratitude is the attitude. And you always got to be in that receptive gratitude flow, which can really just make you feel alive. And I don't know why the POD song, you know, talking about the boys from the South, San Diego just came in my head, you know, talking about I feel so alive. Every day is a new day. I thank God for every breath that I take. Don't take it for granted. And essentially that is the flow of gratitude to let you know that, you know, whether you're calling it God, the universe, it's a beautiful day to be alive. You got a shot today. You got a breath. You got a shot. Don't forget that. And today we're talking about fun and how that has to do with helping you manifest the best, keeping you flowing, keeping you going, and keeping you growing, because that's what we're always about here in the BCC. And essentially, this was all inspired to, you know, by my weekend over here, and I watched a movie called The Beach Bum with Matthew McConaughey. So I say, all right. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? And, you know, you're doing the Lincoln commercials. He's a beautiful person, and I'm telling you, man, the line that really resonated with me out of that whole movie is "Fun is the gun," man. He's talking about how, you know, he's like, all these people, man, they got to do their things or whatever. And I could tell you that the world is conspiring to make me happy. And it's like, dude, that's a great law of attraction line that I heard. And you hear him saying this, it's like I'm listening to him, and he's talking about, he's like, you know, I got to get my juices flowing. You know, he's talking about getting his money so he can get his drugs and get his high. He's like, and his lawyer or whatever was telling him that he's like, man, you're a has-been, you're washed out. He's like, no. He's like, I'm better than ever. He's like, I'm more alive. He's like, this is how I get my juices flowing. This is how the creativity just comes to me, just flows to me. And he's talking about how having fun is the gun. And that was what resonated with me. He said, fun is the gun. So go ahead and write that down. Fun is the gun. And talk about these guns, because you know what we're always about here in the VCC, talking about manifesting the best, talking about that huge piece of meat, swinging at the knees, dropping to the pecs, making you your best. And essentially every day, you know, you got to be able to just find the fun in anything that you can do, because essentially it's always there for you to grab onto. Energy, fun, love, these are the things that are what we really are at our natural source of being, you know, because you got to think about how you came into this world. I mean, just that being a child or whatever, you know, just being fresh and just caught up by the light, and just, you know, everything was just, you know, a beautiful experience, you know, because you're experiencing it for the first time. You had no notion of how you should or shouldn't feel. It was just, this is a beautiful thing. I got my ice cream cone. I got, you know, whatever's going on today. You know, you're just happy to see something on the TV, and or anything that was around you could just put a big smile on your face. And essentially that is the key, man, because like I always say, the smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. And anytime you got to do something, like, you know, to make yourself smile, even watching a movie or, you know, getting on Netflix. I was even watching a, you know, a Seinfeld episode after that. was really getting into it just to make me laugh. And, you know, one of them was the Bizarro Jerry episode. And I don't know, you know, if you're not a Seinfeld fan, you're not going to really care about this, but it's basically like there was a crew of, you know, Jerry's friends that was the exact opposite of him. And it was just funny to see Elaine go hang out with, like, you know, what she thought would be the grass is greener on the other side. And essentially the best friends that she ever had were the ones that she could vibe with the whole time, because the opposite isn't necessarily what you want. And, you know, you just got to be happy in the moment. And that's something that I just really picked up from watching. And of course, you know, it was the man hands episode where the model had the big hands, and, you know, Jerry was just freaking out. He's like, you know, she's cracking a lobster. He's touching his face, and you just see Jerry with this, oh, God, no, you know, it's like, and it was just funny, you know. I don't know, great. Seinfeld's definitely one of my favorite things to watch, and it always puts a smile on my face. But you know what? With this, we might as well get a quick morning pump, because I always feel that I gotta get myself growing, keeping myself flowing, letting you know that any given time you are always alive. You can grab energy at any given time. Don't forget that. I just woke up, had some green tea, sipping some coffee, and I'm sitting here for you, letting you know that the grow is real, waking up even bigger than when I went to sleep. We're talking about splitting the sheets with that huge piece of meat, throbbing to the pecs, making you your best. And like Paramahansa Yogananda says, the mind is the wielder of muscle. And I love to just repeat that line, because it's your mind that's putting the size on. It's your mind that makes you grow. Understand that when you get this flow, it doesn't matter about what you're eating, what you're lifting, how you're doing. We're doing beautiful, but we're growing. And that's how we're always flowing. And let yourself know that the mind is putting the size on. So when you're putting yourself in before you go to bed at night, you let yourself know you're growing up, you're growing bigger while you go to sleep. And we're talking about getting this big juicy pump in, letting you know that energy is always there for you to grab. I can feel the virile sweat dripping down my pits, and we're talking about a Detroit Rock City wintertime, and I'm always flowing and growing. And I just want to let you know that you can grab it at any given time. Let's give you a couple mantras to keep you alive. I am so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful penis is growing bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder abundantly. I'm so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful muscles are growing bigger, harder, stronger, more defined abundantly. And then, of course, I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. And let's go ahead to get the size to increase when you gotta get there. Last rep out. You scream and you shout, or just feel it in your head, and just go ahead and you say, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh, yeah, getting huge 2020, let's go. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, a beautiful way to be alive. Having some fun today. Oh, yeah. Virile, you know what I mean? Smelling like a man, you know what I mean? You really think this is what a man smells like? Absolutely. It's a beautiful thing. Go out, you guys can cash at me. Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And normally you might see me sipping a beer right now, but it's coffee time. So hope you guys, so as I say, how you guys doing? Hope you're having a beautiful day. It's coffee time. Gotta get it in. Salud. And that's black coffee, you know what I mean? I didn't break my fast yet. I started with a little bit of green tea, I ain't gonna lie. And then I had some coffee, and this cup just makes me smile too, man. You can have some fun with your coffee mug in the morning. This reminds me of Billy Madison when he's like, I painted the duck blue because I just wanted to see a blue duck. Even though this is a white duck on a blue cup, it still is, that's quacktastic. That's what I always think of, and that always brings a smile to my face. So if you like Adam Sandler and Billy Madison and Seinfeld, I mean, you know me, I'm a movie buff, and I really feel that, you know, movies, beautiful thing. Movies are essentially put here, and your perspective, your interpretation, your perspective is the message that you're going to get out of anything. And there's always a lesson in every movie, any given time, that can make you feel alive. And it's all essentially what you're tuned into anyways. You know, I did a video on thoughts the other day, and I'm always exploring, you know, what's going on, inside, because that's where I feel the divine is. And, whether you're talking to holistic gurus about, how thoughts are things and how we're all vibration, and, essentially this is like a receiver of what you're tuned to. And, the way I was looking at it, like, if we can all agree to disagree, whatever, like I say, all thoughts are true. You just got to find the ones that make you. If we can agree that all thoughts are kind of just flying around here, streamlined butterfly. Had to grab that, man. It's a Nick Cage, Robert Duvall, gone in 60 seconds, gone, streamlined butterfly. Eleanor, it's great. It's great, Donnie. Lowrider. Okay, let's ride. Anyways, you know me, I have to always keep you smiling, keep me alive. We're having fun today, but what we're talking about is all thoughts are things. And if we can, resonate or agree that they're flying around, it's all about what this receiver is tuned to. Just like, music on the radio, you can have country or rap or whatever playing on whatever station, and they're all essentially going at the same time. But if this is tuned to, a country station, you're only going to pick up country. And I keep this channel clear so I can make sure, me, man, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. And when I keep my channel clear, and all the thoughts of whatever that's always coming to me might not resonate with everybody that I'm talking to, because essentially I might be picking up a country song, right? And the country song I'm picking up might be like, let's say, an outlaw country song. And this guy over here might be tuned to a pop country station that this outlaw station song would never be playing on the pop station. Like, I might have some all my exes live in Texas going through my head, and over there could be some Rascal Flatts song that this guy boo 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 doo 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 scootin' dee. I don't know, but doo 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 doo. I'm sorry, man. Country music isn't really my bag, but I like all kinds of music anyways, and the fact that I know them, they definitely resonate with me somehow. I mean, I'm living in the I'm in the woods in Michigan, so music, man, you're gonna be hearing some stuff that's gonna make you're gonna hear some country music. That's the way it is. Nothing against it. I love all kinds of music. Me, I'm a rocker, man, through and through. You know what I mean? Here we got a Joe Dirt line going. I like Def Leppard, Skinner. I remember Kid Rock was saying to him, Def Leppard sucks, man. Why don't you go have yourself a Weineken? Go get yourself a hamburger and some French fries. I don't know why this is coming to me today, man. I've got all these movies just flowing to me today. I guess that's what I'm always receptive to, that just always makes me smile. And essentially what this all has to do with naturally raising your testosterone, raising your HGH, and making your penis bigger, all has to do with, you got to have fun with everything, that we're here. You know what I mean? Because life, whatever this experience is, this ride, whatever you want to call it, whatever makes you feel alive, you always got to just give yourself praise and just be happy that you're here, and just feel every moment that you can, because like I say, life occurs in the moment. Because if you ever have a memory, it's not about all that lol time, whatever. I don't know why that was going on. I don't know where that was coming from. I don't know where that's reaching into me, the lol or whatever, lullaby. I don't know. I'm gonna get a I don't know why I was going to call it Nickelback Nick Cage. And you know what? He kind of looks like, I remember they would say he kind of looks like a cross between Jesus Christ and Nick Cage. And that makes me laugh. And like I said, any opinions vary. And it's like, I don't know. But either way, sorry, as he would say, I was waiting on a different story. This time I mistaken for having me some eggs with bacon. I don't know. I'm probably going to have me a beautiful breakfast after this. I don't know why I had to sing that. It was just in it was in the moment. You know what I mean? And that's what I always go with anytime to make you feel alive and make you smile. Make you understand that we are all divine. And when we're talking about increasing our size and just feeling to grow, you got to understand that as a baby, as a child of the universe, as whatever we want to say, never forget that you're always somebody's kid. At any given age and time, don't forget it. I'm somebody's kid. So go ahead and write that down. It feels good to say. You might have your dad going out there, that's my kid. My kid. I don't know why. That's another one I just had to go with. Like, back, you might have some crazy soccer dad or something that was out there. Don't talk to me. Hey, that's my kid, man. That's my kid. Playing George Strait out of his truck or what. Hey, who knows? It might have a Rascal Flatts. Scootin' dee. Oh, yeah. Curveballed it right back to you. And we're still going with the flow of this beautiful, having fun experience that we're having because, like I say, the grow is essentially what you're always doing as being a child. And when you're a kid, you're always happy. And when you're always happy, you're always growing. So when you're happy, you're growing. If you're happy and you're knowing, clap your hands. If you're happy and you're growing, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you're growing and that huge piece of meat is swinging at your knees, drop it right to the pecs. Give it a kiss. That was a free flow that just came to me. And I know it might have sounded the way that it did, but it felt right when I said it. And that's a beautiful thing. So when we're talking about just feeling happy and growing and knowing and understand that, you got to have fun in this, man. And that's what's going to essentially help you maximize your results. And you can listen to bodybuilders and this and that and all these people that want to just, be like David Goggins or whatever. And whatever, it's like to each their own. Whatever works for you, is essentially the right way. But, you don't have to go through this like it's some type of horror movie or, whatever. But maybe that's the motivation and the punch that you need to get through this. But I'm saying, that's just not me. I don't want to wake up with, that whole, under the gun experience of just, you're always running and fighting, man. I want to be smiling and having some fun the whole time. But, I mean, you know what? Some people, that is the fun to them. And like I said, David Goggins is, he's a very inspirational, badass Navy SEAL guy that you'll hear on the London Reel, and he's been all over social media. The guy is a beast, and he breaks records, and he is the guy that's essentially changing the mindset of what people can and can't do. Much like Wim Hof and, myself and a whole bunch of other creative people are hacking into the, to the construct, to the divine of what we have inside, essentially breaking the rules, or not necessarily breaking the rules, but bending the rules and twisting them to let you know that you can exist in a different way. And Goggins going out there, running on broken feet, doing thousands of pull-ups, because your mind will tell you that you can't, but you can push through that. And the fact that a guy like him does that and makes it so everybody can do it because you see somebody that did. And it doesn't necessarily mean that just because somebody's doing it like you're doing it, but it's letting you know that it's more possible. Because like I say, man, essentially we are all a connection of one another anyways. And when you see that it's possible, that's a piece of yourself that's doing that. And when you're able to tap into that piece of yourself and channel it into this self, you're able to grab that energy. And that's kind of like, how a collective thought, a collective idea can make you feel. Like the Wim Hof breathing, he's the Iceman. I run outside barefoot, Detroit Rock City one at a time, with my wolf and my bear. I don't like running on the ice when it's too slick out there, but I go barefoot. And, I got some of these hippies and guys that'll be like, yeah, man, it's all grounded to the earth, man. You gotta be, grounded to Mother Gaia. And there's nutrients and neurons and stuff in there it's going to make your brain be grounded with Gaia, man. And I'm not saying that that's right or wrong, but I mean, at the end of the day, taking your shoes off is definitely a beautiful thing to just get your feet being more used. And that's really what my whole thing with whether you're being grounded to earth or not. And I consider myself spiritual. And like I said, I get downloads and I can battle it out in the astral realms. And like I said, my pituitary gland, pumping that HGH and dripping that DMT, Joe Rogan, you know what I mean? And I ain't got to snort for it, jab a vein for it. All I got to do is sleep. And I'm always, dreaming vividly, and I'm feeling the grow. These things are always coming to me. And when you're talking about, going throughout your, going throughout your day or whatever, and how people can, we're talking about being barefoot. Like, some people might look at it like, I need my shoes, and being barefoot is like grounding to earth and balancing you out. But like I said, at the end of it all, you could look at it the fact that you got to be more observant about where you're stepping. That's really what I wanted to get at, because when you're barefoot, it's not like you're worrying about, you're not concerned for your shoes, you're concerned for your feet. And that puts a whole nother game of being aware of when you're running or when you're outside. That's really what it comes down to. And that's kind of what being alive is really about, being aware and, feeling the ground and understanding that, when you're barefoot, like, hell yeah, there's a spider right there, man. He's listening, man. I don't know if that's like the Matrix, like when you got like spiders that come in and they're like, spying on you. Cause remember, like the thing that went in his belly button or whatever. Listen, Mr. Spider, I don't want any, you're a beautiful creation. You are divine. We're all divine. We're all alive. It's a beautiful thing. And you know what I mean? So either way, man, like I said, man, you can't let anything bother you. You got to keep yourself going. Always let yourself know. See you around, man. See that you don't be mad at a spider either. You know what I mean? Because essentially they ain't here to bother anybody. And when you see them, that's probably like, you can consider it maybe a piece of the spirit guide. You know what I mean? Like it could be somebody that's looking after you. It could be a piece of the Matrix that's watching you. Who knows, man? And like that might sound like real tinfoil hat, like, talking about like Alex Jones type of stuff, the Dark Skies of novel, yeah, government, they're all watching, 5G scanners, and like, hey man, if you guys want to go down that road and, live that life, man, you know what, to each their own, man. If you're having fun while you're doing it, you're doing something right. And that's really what the message is here today. If you're having fun, you're growing. If you want any more help, more hands-on techniques, make sure you're getting at me in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective. Get on my social media. Check out my Cat C for the Cat of Days. Check out my Wolf and my Bear. They always there. And, of course, we have beautiful cameos coming this year and some travel. And I'm always open and growing and letting you know that there's going to be beautiful things on the way. There's always a beautiful experience to be lived. And let yourself know that the energy and the fun is always there. So just open yourself up. Make sure you're spreading that love. And before I go, always got to share a couple Matrix hacks any single time that I get that heart pumping on my chakra system right there. You hear somebody on the phone, if you're in a car with somebody, if somebody's just, comes on your head just randomly, instead of having a good, bad, neutral thought about them, just intend on that person, that soul, that feel love in some kind of way, that feel beautiful today, and you go along your way. And you just hacked the Matrix. You just made the world a better place, and that's really what it all comes down to. And, I'm going to be sharing some more things to just make you happy as we go, because they're all, if you're happy and you know it, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, man, let's be the giants that we are. We're talking heads in the clouds. We're talking about not worrying about the gremlins at your feet, or in this case, a spider, because, we're up here, man. We're all happy. We're loved. We're huge. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day to be alive. And you know what? I'm grateful that I'm here, and I'm grateful to share this information with you. I intend on you guys to spread some love today, feel some love today. I intend on all of us to grow today. And like I said, man, hit me up if you want any more, hands-on techniques, masturbation for manifestation, joking, Kegel, super engine. Hit me up. I'll be there for you. I'll be seeing you around. Peace. Love you guys.